and we welcome you to Turmoil, our second night in the illustrious Alexandria Palace. I'm Max Raddox alongside my broadcast partner, the World Heavyweight Champion Erwin. And Erwin, tonight, trials and tribulations in Turmoil, and what a main event!
Oh yeah, getting on the road to Riot this Sunday. Absolute chaos approaches once more. Tonight our main event is to find out if a #1 contender can indeed get their shot for a title shot at Riot. This time it's Zach Fuller's turn to try and beat the Reaper.
Zach Fuller is the latest casualty of the Demon. Tonight we'll face the Reaper, the man who has never been without a title in his entirety of his run, both in EFW and N.E.W. It's quite a staggering record. It's been talked about many times about the Demon, that seemingly invincibility. Well, speaking of invincible, we're going to kick things off tonight with Magnum Opus's own Snake, and at the moment, what a role Magnum Opus have been on as of late. I mean, it's undeniable they are the power players right now in N.E.W. He goes one-on-one tonight against V from the Militia.
Well, I can't deny what they have accomplished despite questionable tactics and questionable people in amongst them. Snake, of course, managing to capture the European and EFW titles in the developmental company EFW, eventually losing the European Championship, still holding on to the main one, trying to raise up in the UK rankings, which is what this match is all about. Of course, it is not for the UK tournament, the title tournament, to find a new champion. The final piece of that puzzle will be found later tonight in an incredible match. I mean, it's going to be, interestingly enough, V's tag team partner Kevin Cannon taking on Juan Gonzalez to find out who the fourth man in that match will be.
This is essentially the backup plan, folks. If the Reaper dominates like he has in his entire run so far, Adrian Goldman is already thinking ahead to the next challenger. So what does that tell you about the dominance of the champion? It's going to be interesting though to see what kind of emotional state Kevin Cannon was going to be in, considering he is in a match later to determine his own place for the very same title that his tag team partner is vacating for tonight against Snake. You know, leader of Magnum Opus, one of the most unified teams in the business right now, Erwin. I mean, there's so many factors going on in this matchup.
Well, yeah, I mean, with the Reaper beating Brad Morrison, winning that US title, the UK title, although Reaper still has hold of it, it is technically open. We're having that fatal four-way to find out who is going to get that championship. And as you could quite rightly said, Kevin Cannon could find himself the champion at the end of the week, and V could be his #1 contender. V always has the option to pass up that opportunity, but why would you?
Reigning gold, the EFW World Heavyweight Champion, is accompanied by the reigning undisputed tag team champions Vega and Rick Weaver, and their associate Jimmy Falcon. Well, Magnum Opus have arrived in force here tonight to cheer on their manager and 7-time world champion, Erwin, Snake.
Yeah, I mean, he's already, as I said, had that European title. Currently has the EFW title for the 58th day in a row.
250 pounds and 6'1", and much less retired than we initially thought him to be. Snake arguably does not need the help of Magnum Opus here tonight if his EFW run is anything to go by. Snake's on a roll right now, Erwin.
Well, yeah, he truly has proven himself, even if it is against developing competitors. I mean, arguably his match against Crazy Hammer was underwhelming on Crazy Hammer's part. We kind of took that one by surprise. Both of those veterans have fought each other time and time again.
Both in New Japan and in the EFW, you're quite right, Erwin, and Snake frankly embarrassed the other veteran of the EFW, Crazy Hammer, the last time they fought, and hasn't looked back since. A hell of a role in EFW. Can that transition over to the biggest stage? Magnum Opus believe it can, and who would bet against them? The form of all three of these men has been impressive as of late here in N.E.W. But speaking of impressive form, the Militia, Erwin, Well, they're no slouches either.
Well, the last time these two went face to face, head to head, Snake did come out triumphant, but was beaten the night after by William Zander, which is why these two find each other side by side in the rankings at present.
Well, yeah, William Zander and Snake's rivalry has been well documented. It has gone back and forth in the past, but because Snake was beaten by Zander tonight, he must beat V again to progress in the Ghost Championship rankings, if you will. 5'10" is V, 239 pounds from Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina. Proud member of the militia.
And I believe there is a shadow of Kevin Cannon in the back.
Yeah, well, I'm not quite sure if you can see it on screen, folks, but Kevin Cannon is accompanying his tag team partner to the ring. So perhaps that shows the support there by Double K. You know, he's happy for V to take this opportunity. The militia have been a team for a long time now, Erwin, and they understand with the new rulings that Adrian Goldman has put into place that, well, tag teams may have to compete against each other now in N.E.W. because they have to compete in singles action.
Yeah, again, they are allowed to skip opportunities, but again, the singles title opportunities are few and far between for these guys. You've got to imagine that they've got to say, look, let's just do this sportingly and not drive a wedge.
I appreciate, you know, you're more famous as a single competitor, but if you were one of these guys in a tag team and you had the shot as a singles title, would you take it if it was against your own tag team partner?
Well, it would be tough, but
if it was Blaze,
I believe.
Let's use Blaze for an example.
That's a great example. I believe if we ever did team up, we would clearly state that if it was down to singles, we'd just treat it as a sporting competition amongst friends.
Well,
hopefully that wouldn't become heated, but I mean, we've seen what's happened to the Brotherhood, we've seen what's happened to the crew.
Well, the same thing happened to the militia. Mike Chatopa rings a bell, and V and Snake are going at it. Oh, well, it was initially a great start by V, getting Snake onto the outside of the ring, but those quick feet by the veteran and a belly-to-belly overhead suplex with authority, my God. There's some high-impact manoeuvres there from the veteran early on in this match. Hard knee right across the head to V.
Snake beginning to take control here, but V again quickly dodging that kick.
We've seen this kind of MO from Snake in the last couple of weeks when he tries to dominate early on in the matchup and then pick apart his opponent. V has to use that superior speed now and get under the veteran's skin here.
Speed, youth, agility is all on V's side, but
big left hand.
The ring presence, the veterancy has to fall to Snake.
But slingshot, beautiful manoeuvre there by V.
All right now.
Yeah, he knows what a victory over this man would mean for his career. V is not an idiot. He's a very smart young man. 3 degrees to his name, Erwin.
And it seems he has learned from his last one-on-one with Snake what it's going to take here. A brain screw. It's very old school.
Well, yeah, I mean, the veteran will appreciate that. Arguably 2 of the smartest men in the locker room right now, going right at it. From different generations, but both smart men in their own right. Well, who will outsmart the other here tonight? Oh!
What a shot off
right now it's V. What a forearm from that second rope there. Snake is all over the place right now. V needs to keep on the veteran here.
Psyching himself up here.
Well, that's a bit of showboating might cost him.
And it has. Oh, headbutt.
The hard head of Snake. Using that experience, taking that breath that V give him, and capitalise right there. Big backdrop.
Let's not forget Snake's claim yesterday that Magnum Opus are the premier athletes here, and they are going for that gold in every division they can.
Could you? I mean,
part of this plan.
It's very possible in the near future when we may see a pay-per-view where Magnum Opus are quite literally going for gold in every single title match on the card.
Well,
that is still a possibility.
With their associate, they do have one in each of the male singles championships. Rick Weaver and Vega, of course, still holding the
it's quite an ambitious tirade by Snake, but everything that man has prophesied so far has come to fruition.
Well, one gang I can remember attempting it before and coming very close. would have been the enforcers.
Big senton splash there by Snake. Well,
but there was 15 of them, not 4.
Well, 3 and then 1 associate. Because Jimmy Falcon is still not officially a member of this group here with that patented GBH connect range. Snake claims that he invented that manoeuvre and GBH ripped it off.
What do you think it's going to take for them to finally accept Jimmy Falcon? Will he have to win that US title in his ranking?
I think that's the only thing that's going to do it, to be perfectly honest. He's been associated with this group for such a long time now.
And showed such promise. Such a change of character.
I'll give you that. I mean, the change of attitude, alright, the fans haven't liked it, but it has helped Falcon's career. This association with Magnum Opus. I mean, they did the exact same thing with Rick Weaver. Vega's always been a force and continues to be a force with this group. I mean, it's been a win-win for every person involved.
Signature dropkick there from Snake. Things are looking bad for V.
Best dropkick in the business, Owen. I maintain it. 1, 2... It's over. That was enough. The 250-pound dropkick right to the chest of B was enough to keep the smaller man down, and Snake's run continues, Owen. Magnum Opus's run continues. Will the prophecy come to fruition? Will Magnum Opus reign gold?
Still a long ladder to climb, but of course, with a new UK champion to be crowned, that could change things entirely. Snake with another big victory here tonight.
Well, the fans don't like that one bit.
Look at that, Jimmy Falcon throwing Kevin Cannon in the ring as the rest of Magnum Opus leave.
Wow, Jimmy Falcon still clearly trying to impress the leader of this supergroup right here tonight with that, well, uncalled for attack, quite frankly, in Double K.
I'm kind of surprised now thinking about it that Rick Weaver is actually out here, in a suit no less. As he's up in the next match, he's going to have a quick costume change here.
Well, yeah, unless he fights in his suit. I mean, Rick Weaver's been on such a roll as of late, perhaps he doesn't need to change out of his Armani gear to win the match against the mechanic here tonight. I mean, and Charlie Braddock. I mean, I know Rick Weaver's come a long way in a short time, but that would be severe overconfidence even for that cocky, brash young man.
Well, Rick Weaver, arguably his nemesis in the Intercontinental rankings so far, is the man who has a title shot at Riot. But that doesn't make this mountain any easier. The mechanic has been on form in the US rankings as of late. Former US champion, of course. In the Intercontinental rankings of late, sorry. And Charlie Braddock, former Intercontinental champion, also been on quite a roll. We're reaching the higher echelon of the rankings here.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute.
Our trainer Jeff Collins out here.
Well,
N.E.W trainer, N.E.W wrestler.
Well, we certainly weren't expecting to see this much respected trainer Jeff Collins here tonight.
I'm not sure what this is all about.
Here he is. The most respected man in the locker room, clearly has some thoughts in his mind. We give you Jeff Collins. What a shock.
Yeah, I was not expecting this at all. Let's see what he has to say.
Well, Jeff Collins clearly with a fired up message here for the N.E.W. faithful. The trainer claiming he isn't done between those ropes himself.
Well, good on him. I like Jeff Collins. I would really like to see him get somewhere with his career, I'll be honest.
Well, I mean, I don't question his spirit. I don't question his knowledge one bit. He is a much respected trainer, and I emphasise that word, trainer, for EFW, but his wrestling career, Erwin, well, it's been patchy at best, let's put it that way.
Well, yeah, I'd be lying if I said he's won most of his matches here in N.E.W. He seems to get so far and just kind of flummox. I don't know a better word for it, but he seems very determined. By the chatter in my headset, it sounds like there may be a match arranged for him tomorrow as a result of that.
Well, Jeff Collins wants to prove himself, and it seems our CEO, the mad scientist Adrian Coleman, is willing to give him a chance. I mean, Collins is integral to EFW's development program, Erwin, so I think he's earned that right for at least one more match.
Oh yeah, I don't see why not. And again, it could be his opportunity. I mean, he has been winning matches recently. It could be his opportunity to prove that he is on a streak.
Well, that's true. That is true. I mean, you know, there has been a bit of a resurgence from Collins as of late. So perhaps he wants to. Perhaps that's given him, the confidence to announce this final push, if you will, to make something of a much talked about career, but never quite got there, never quite broke through that glass ceiling. Jeff Collins still determinedly wants to continue. Well, we wish him luck.
Yeah, much as we continue into this triple threat Extreme Rules match. Rick Weaver, the Mechanic, and Charlie Braddock here.
Well, one half of the tag team champions managed to get changed quick enough, and it comes down to the ring.
Giving a bit of time there, I suppose.
Yeah, Jeff Collins may have done Rick Weaver a huge favour here tonight, intentionally or not. 5'10", 245 from New York, New York. Proud member, of course, of Magnum Opus. A legendary tag team title reign already under this young man's belt. Is he the future of the business? Is Snake right about Rick Weaver?
Well, his show of late, it would be hard to argue against. 149 days Magnum Opus have had those tag team belts.
It's a crazy statistic, Erwin.
And they still haven't got a contender for Riot.
Still not yet to find a team worthy for that gold. Of course, the N.E.W. stipulations here that they have to beat the champions to get a title shot. Magnum Opus have followed that rule meticulously to their advantage, it has to be said.
Well, I mean, I think there's only ever been one exception to that rule, because Adrian Goldman ran that battle royale to find a #1 contender because he did want a tag team title defense at the last Riot, and they still defeated Thunder Enterprises in a ladder or a TLC title match.
While the Mechanic, the second man, down to the ring, undoubtedly the biggest man in this match, 6'8" and 4'11", from Dover, Delaware, from the Fixers. Bit of a mixed bag as of late in the tag team division himself is the Mechanic. He is a former United States champion and has all the tools, Erwin, to be a great champion. I mean, what this kid lacks, I believe, is focus. But if he's in the zone tonight, then it's going to be a very long night, in my opinion, for both Braddock and Weaver. And you know how much I love Rick Weaver, Erwin.
Oh yeah, the Mechanic, I mean, if he gets a flurry in, it's all over. It's one of those. He's got that power to have a consistent strike.
Well, speaking of consistent strikes, here enters one nasty bastard, Charlie Braddock, 5'10", 310 pounds from Bismarck, North Dakota, a former Intercontinental champion, one of the most aggressive men in the locker room. He's a bully, he's got a bad attitude, and I love him, Charlie Braddock. He's one to watch in this match as well. You know, Rick Weaver, I hate to say it, might be the underdog in this one against the Mechanic and Charlie Braddock, because Extreme Rules favours both
both them men more than it does Weaver, who is much more of a technical wrestler than he is a man of the extreme. Could be a long night for that kid if the mechanic or Charlie Braddock get hold of a chair. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, Braddock's been there before. Knows what it takes to get the Intercontinental Gold.
Oh my God, what a close line by the mechanic, just decapitating Rick Weaver as Shatoba rings a bell. Charlie Braddock stood back aghast.
And now launching into the mechanic, knowing
mercifully Weaver is still alive. Oh yeah, Braddock there with those vicious right hands. Kick to the gut.
Weaver picking his spots here, it seemed, letting Charlie Braddock do a bit more work.
Who blame him against a guy that's sheer power.
Yeah, just pushing both men aside. Knee to the face.
Well, it looks like the mechanic is in one of those moods. When we spoke about this earlier before, when he hits the zone, the mechanic is pretty much unstoppable. Charlie Braddock, a shot from behind, takes down the mechanic. Weaver capitalises on Braddock after that.
Yeah, big knee to the chest there.
I mean, who will out-sneak the other between Braddock and Weaver? Oh, you know the mechanic's just going to come straight for you.
That's the thing, I was kind of expecting a bit longer association there between Braddock and Weaver. Until the mechanic was a bit more out of the picture, it seems that is not the case.
Well, you know, I mean, Charlie Braddock, of course, is a former member of the Enforcers, so perhaps he's just a little bit hot that the Magnum Opus stole their idea.
Perhaps. Mechanic was on a roll there, but Weaver blocking the kick.
Yeah, you do not want to get
one of his
into a technical wrestling match against Rick Weaver. What a brainbuster that was. Suplexing a 411-pound man with ease, Owen.
So sharp it almost looked like a DDT. Braddock coming to his senses on the outside, which is where Mechanic's just gone.
Hard forearm shot by Rick Weaver. He will have the speed and the youth on his side, my lord!
Double underhook backslide there.
What a suplex by Weaver. I've not seen him pull that one out the bag before.
It's a very old move in N.E.W. that we don't see much nowadays. Weaver now. Dragon Sleeper locked in.
Beautifully executed. The mechanic is finally back into the ring, but Braddock doesn't need him. Reverses the sleeper.
Yeah, broke free there. Now the mechanic is allowing Braddock and Weaver to set their differences for a while.
Stomping away at Braddock. You have to wonder, how much can Weaver actually take? I mean, both these men have got the size advantage over Weaver. He is the smallest man in the match.
Yeah, height and weight advantage.
Goes to both Braddock and the mechanic. So all these slams there, with all these suplexes, they're going to take it out of the endurance. I mean, youth on his side or not.
Well, he seems to be doing quite well at the moment, the mechanic.
Middle row.
Out of the ring. Braddock though dunking the drop kick there.
Braddock getting out the way.
Perhaps not quick enough to capitalise though. Finds himself in the corner once more.
Yeah, Braddock's quick.
But the mechanic steps in the way. Oh, hang on.
Yeah,
DDT.
Planning DDT by Weaver.
Nearly
Beautiful
taking the mullet off
DDT.
with mechanic there.
What a victory this would be for this young man.
Going for a pin.
Oh, double axe handle breakup by Braddock. But Weaver right on top of him. Right hand this time. And then that hard left.
Oh, the wave!
The wave from nowhere! From nowhere! This could be his moment! 2! It's over!
The mechanic just realising what's going on as the 3 count is made.
What a shock here tonight against all the odds in Rick Weaver with the weave from nowhere. Bam! There it is! Braddock down. Mechanic already on the mat. The young man capitalised at the perfect moment. Shatoba makes the pin. What a match, what a night for Magnum Opus. 2 wins in the bag already at the Alexandria. Yes!
Yeah, of course, all we're going to see of Magnum Opus, which means they've won all their matches here tonight. Big victory for Rick Weaver there against two great individuals.
Well, he was
his opportunities.
He was the underdog in that matchup, when we both agreed upon that fact, and that surely now must cement the role that Rick Weaver is undeniably on right now. My God, this is the hottest run of that kid's career, no question about it.
Well, as we move on, the Militia are set to face Los Luchadores for a #1 contendership. For the #1 contendership of the tag team titles later in the week. But that doesn't mean that the tag rankings stop moving. We're starting at the bottom once again. And it's the Trailblazers taking on Xander Enterprises. And I've got a question. How together Xander Enterprises actually are at this moment in time. We've seen them become a very fragile unit here.
I've said it before, Owen, and I'll say it again. Xander Enterprises are nothing more than self-preservation specialists. They care nothing for Akane Matsuda or O'Grady. I think that's been proven several times in the attitude they've treated their so-called teammates, and indeed former teammates like Zach Fuller.
Well, yeah. Just let Troy Webster assault Zach Fuller. They've never even talked about it. They barely talk about the team since their introduction, changing from the Enforcers into the Xander Enterprises and starting this fight for right.
So-called fight for right. Well,
two men that are clearly evil, aren't hiding anything about that.
Yeah, these guys, to their credit, have never denied what they are. The Trailblazers, one of the old school tag teams of the N.E.W, saw an opportunity and saw a gap in the tag team division and decided to get the band back together for one more run at the tag team titles. Bar Brute, 5'11", 230 pounds from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Former N.E.W World Heavyweight Champion, of course, Troy Webster, also 5'11", also 230, and also from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. These two guys, childhood friends, Bar Brute and Troy Webster.
Three-time former tag team champions, 191 days with those titles, and then it was Bart Brute that said to Troy Webster he wasn't pulling his weight and he was out, he was dragging him down and he'd had enough. Bart Brute then joined TMDC and then eventually said, look, I'm sick of relying on other people, went on his own, but with the recent depravity of Troy Webster it seems to have brought him back into the fold.
Yeah, Bart Brute liked what he saw.
Well, look at that. O'Grady not wearing the Enterprise colours as he used to.
No, he is not. That's
very interesting.
That is. I mean, that is a very clearly different shade there for O'Grady. You see Xander, of course. William Xander still in the classic Xander Enterprise colours. Now, what does that say about the state of this team right now? William Xander, 6'5", 350. And O'Grady, 6'2", 290, County Wicklow Island. I believe Xander's from Boston. These two guys have been on the mixed run as a team as of late, Erwin. I mean, and there's clearly a fractious attitude developing in that team. I mean, I think you could put their life expectancy in minutes and not days. Mike Shatopa rings the bell. Bart Brute and William Xander to kick this one off here. Oh, there we are, take that. Northern Light suplex. Yeah. Beautiful bridge there by Bart Brute.
It's almost odd as well as Bart Brute going for this incredible suplex. It's kind of odd. Xander Enterprises, despite all these fractures, all these anomalies, if you will, as a tag team, they're still together, yet teams that we never thought we'd see split, like the Brotherhood and the Crew, and now we're at each other's throats.
Big backdrop there by Bart Brute. Well, I mean, Bart Brute and Troy Webster, you know, those guys I don't truly believe are real friends outside the ring. I think it's a business arrangement. They believe that they could become tag team champions, and they've reunited fall back, you know, to achieve that goal, excuse me, and perhaps Zander Enterprises, now William Zander and now Grady have just come to the same arrangement. They don't necessarily have to like each other, but the opportunity for gold is there.
That's a very good point. And as William Zander has not done so well, he tags in O'Grady here.
There's a hard shot there by Bart Brute.
Yeah, Bart Brute has been on form in this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, the former N.E.W. World Heavyweight Champion, Owen. I mean, you can't take that away from Brute. Oh!
Assisted suplex there.
Biggest title in our business. He has held it. A bit shortly. Troy Webster on that middle rope.
Grady's rocked. Quite a distance.
There we go. Tremendous drop kick. What a jump there by Troy Webster, finding a lot of air there. Big distance between him and the big bulking Irishman, who right now is seeing stars. What a DDT!
Those sinister DDTs of Troy Webster. Imagine if Zach Fuller ever sees another one of those with PTSD. What a powerbomb!
Good lord, Troy Webster's strength is just unreal. Of course, Troy Webster famous for these short burst attacks, high impact offense. I mean, his long game is still in question, Erwin, but he is undoubtedly an aggressive, dangerous individual.
Most definitely this new sinister side of Troy Webster. I mean, if you go back in the archives on YouTube and watch these two, the Trailblazers, when they first started off, they couldn't be a more different team now. They've both been changed by
Snake
this business
there by
and
Webster.
not for the better.
Zander absolutely rocked and in the completely wrong corner. Couldn't agree more, by the way, Owen. Sorry to cut you off there. Oh, kick to the back of the neck.
Here.
Yeah, O'Grady's in a lot of trouble.
Oh, one elbow.
The big Irishman
Just
off.
next to no offense from Zander Enterprises once again.
None whatsoever. I mean, oh, wait a minute.
O'Grady fighting back here though.
Yeah, O'Grady's no stranger to a brawl, I can tell you that. The big Irishman definitely knows how to fight. I mean, no response from Zander on the ring apron whatsoever. Now finally being tagged in a clean tag as well, it must be noted. Zander did not hesitate to get in the ring, but he didn't help his tag team partner either when he looked like he was in trouble. Those two big knees have changed the dimensions of this match, and that backdrop certainly helps matters. William Zander has made an impact here. Now, the question remains, Owen, is Troy Webster's long game good enough to withstand the pressure of the beast, William Zander?
Just find an answer here.
Going straight for that tag. Going for Bart Brute, going for the more technical wrestler. No, he didn't. I'm sorry, excuse me. I thought he tagged him, Brute. There he is. Tag finally made.
I think tried to, and Shatopa said no.
I think Shatopa wanted that clean tag. Yeah, it's a good call there, Erwin. Bart Brute with the big elbow though to the sternum of Zander. Of course, it's a classic tag team matchup here. So Shatopa just enforcing the rules set down here by N.E.W. officials. So.
Yeah, we don't have tag ropes, but you do have to be in that corner and actually exchange a hand slap, if you will. Oh, look at that! Almost like the crossroads there.
Beautiful, beautiful crossroads by Bart Brute. A corkscrew DDT with some velocity. A gut-wrench suplex to follow up.
Strength from Bart Brute on display here, as he's picking apart William Zander. Oh,
prides himself on being a prize fighter. William Zander can respect that as a businessman and is fighting back for the prize he wants for himself. The Tag Team Championships, a chance to get one over an enemy and another business associate. It's got personal for Zander. And he's finding another level here against Bart Brute.
I think it's always been a little bit personal between Zander and Snake, and every time he reminds himself of that, you find this happening.
Planning DDT.
But I don't think that's enough to get the tag team titles.
Definitely not in that corner, Erwin. Troy Webster stood right there. Xander Enterprises likes doing this in tag matches, likes to get in the head of the opponent on the ring apron.
Straight jacket German suplex there.
One of the masters of suplexes, William Xander. I believe one of the reasons him and Snake don't get along.
Xander now making another tag to O'Grady. Again, something else you'll notice, you've seen a little bit of tag team offense from the Trailblazers, whereas Xander Enterprises are just making tags.
It's a good point, Erwin.
Not utilising that 5 count.
There has been no double team whatsoever from William Xander and O'Grady in this matchup, but what a headbutt that is.
Double axe handle, but Bart Brute rolling out of the way and out of the ring, now back in. Oh, another headbutt from O'Grady.
Xander. Oh, there we go. With a headlock takedown. Bart Brute.
Xander trying to cheer the fans on the outside. Oh, what a headbutt from O'Grady again. He does like to use his head, but not in the thinking capacity.
Well, a thick skull of the former
we've seen this
bare knuckle boxer. Oh, coming into play here tonight. Right to left, and finally that sling blade to Bart Brute has put O'Grady in charge. In the corner, are we finally going to see a double team from these guys?
I think we are, and it could be a big one. Xander up to the top rope.
Winner in it. Oh, bomb elbow drop. My God, what a maneuver.
Taking a page out of the females as Xander Enterprises, but that could do it right there.
The Enterprise elbow was enough. Well, they may not be best friends right now, but they were certainly effective against one of the N.E.W's original tag teams here tonight. The Trailblazers put up one hell of a fight, once in sync tag team performance, but Xander Enterprises had the last laugh. They had the strength, Erwin, to pit them to the post. What a big victory this is for William Xander and O'Grady.
Absolutely huge victory. And again, well, they're happy with one another here, it seems, but we've got to question how fractious this is. They may be just riding the wave right now as they attempt to climb the tag rankings in the future. We will no doubt see how much of a team these two really are. Now we move on into the UK title tournament match. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, this is going to be a brilliant one. Juan Gonzalez taking on Kevin Cannon. It is an Extreme Rules match.
Yeah, Juan Gonzalez and Kevin Cannon, two great wrestlers here in N.E.W. I don't believe that these two have even wrestled before, Erwin.
I'm not sure, but of course, whoever wins this match will face Wade Nelson, Sean Stevenson and Tyler York in an elimination falls count anywhere to crown our new UK champion at Riot. That's high stakes. You've got to believe both of these are going to give it their all to get that spot here. Well, Gonzalez, probably, arguably the veteran of the two. However, I think in tag matches, these are... Oh wait, hang on a second.
Oh wait a minute. Well, our second interruption here tonight. The Warlord. We've not seen this guy for a while, Erwin.
No, we haven't. Last time we saw him, he was facing distraction after distraction, which led to a defeat at the hands of Jimmy Falcon.
Well, the Warlord has always gone when he wants and done what he wants, and tonight he wants to speak to the N.E.W. faithful. What a reception for the Warlord.
How about this?
Oh my god! Our Warlord was demanding recompense against Jimmy Falcon, and the man who owns his contract is here to respond.
Warlord wants a steel cage match against Jimmy Falcon to stop the distractions and the interference from this man and his team.
Warlord can't just throw wild accusations against Magnum Opus. They run this place now.
Well, let's see what Snake has to say to all this.
Well, strong war of words there by Snake and Warlord. The Warlord demands a match against the associate of Magnum Opus, Jimmy Falcon. The Snake accuses Warlord of making wild demands and claims he will only do what's best for business. What is going to happen between these two incredibly volatile characters, Erwin?
Well, let's not forget, Snake can say that all he wants. He's not the man who makes the matches here. That's down to Adrian Goldman. And the last man who came out to do a promo, there was a lot of chatter in my ear sounding like that could be a very, very possible thing.
Well, we all know the strange relationship between Adrian Goldman and the leader of Magnum Opus, so watch this space, folks. We're going to get back, we hope now, to our planned programming, and it's going to be Juan Gonzalez versus Kevin Cannon here tonight. Two quick, high-risk individuals. Should be one hell of a matchup. And I've got to ask you here, Erwin, I mean, these two quite similar styles. I mean, who's your pick between Juan Gonzalez and Kevin Cannon? Both of relative success in the past.
Yeah, it's going to be a very, very close one. I mean, Juan Gonzalez, arguably, with the tag experience, but this is a singles affair. Both of them have had a singles title.
It's a hard one.
Yeah, it really is. Possibly one of the hardest calls I've had to make when you put me on the spot like this. I'd have to go with Juan Gonzalez, basically based on the veterancy.
On the experience alone, your pick is going to be Juan Gonzalez. I can't blame you.
But I mean, on paper, when you boil this one down, it's down to the wire by a very, very small margin.
Oh, I mean, I got to tell you, Erwin. I mean, personally, I have to ask you these questions. You're champion. I can't pick between the two. I am so on the fence on this one. I like both guys.
Well, both great athletes.
Tremendous athletes. Juan Gonzalez, one of the original luchadors here in N.E.W. I mean, what else needs to be said about this guy? 220 from Chihuahua, Mexico. Proud member of Los Luchadores. Former cruiserweight champion, of course. Five-time Erwin, N.E.W. tag team champions, Juan Gonzalez. He knows how to dance and he knows how to wrestle, and he's a Gonzalez baby.
Looking very confident.
He knows how to cheat as well. He always looks confident, it's Juan Gonzalez.
And listen to that ovation.
Yeah, the Gonzalez brothers are being secretly loved by the N.E.W. faithful more and more every single week. They lie, they cheat, they steal, and the N.E.W. faithful love it, Erwin.
Well, it'll be interesting to see who is favoured in this match out of these two.
Well, Kevin Cannon with another tremendous reception from the N.E.W. faithful here. 5'7", 146 pounds from Allentown, Pennsylvania. The Alexandria Palace showing no clear favourites so far for these two popular men from two popular teams. This one from the Militia, a former European champion in his own right. Double K can go.
And of course, the karate master, Kevin Cannon, since teaming with V, has just absolutely skyrocketed his career.
I've never met anyone who looks less like a karate master in my life, but I can assure you, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, again, if you go back to the earlier days, you'd definitely get it. He used to come down in a gi, but started hanging around with V, painting in his face, and next thing you know,
actually represented Pennsylvania in karate at a state level.
What a kickoff from Juan Gonzalez.
So no slouch in that discipline. A tremendous start there by Juan Gonzalez with that spinning wheel kick. Oh!
Some furious shots to the face.
Hard forearm smashes there by Juan Gonzalez. Snap suplex by the double K. Oh, holds on.
Cannon could be in for a short night here.
Hang on, Cannon. Hang on. Oh, free. Share to the late great Eddie Guerrero, the three amigos.
Shocked by this so much that I actually said Cannon. Gonzalez Buster.
Beautiful Gonzalez Buster. You never see me make a mistake like that. Goes for the bridge, it offers down. 2. Yes, it's over. Juan Gonzalez with a quick victory here over Double K.
To the wire.
Wow, what we thought was going to be a very close match indeed, almost ended up as a squash for Juan Gonzalez, who absolutely dominated Kevin Cannon. Who would have thought that would have happened?
Well, I've got to believe that's partly a message to Tyler York, who also had a phenomenally quick match to get himself into the elimination falls count anywhere. And we finally have all 4, so one of these 4 will be our new UK champion. Wade Nelson, Sean Stevenson, Tyler York, or Juan Gonzalez.
Well, my money's on this guy, Juan Gonzalez. He's got the experience, he's got the skill, and he certainly has the confidence. Juan Gonzalez with a big victory here over Kevin Cannon.
And after that phenomenally fast a phenomenally big victory and a big opportunity now ahead for Juan Gonzalez. We move into an N.E.W. first. We have a fatal 4-way elimination table match ahead. Of course.
Wow.
Sonia Jackson and Alice Young are set to face off, and if Alice Young can win that match, she will get a women's title shot.
Wow.
But of course, as we know, Adrian Gorman doesn't like to wait around to see what happens.
Well, I hope these ladies have packed their cast iron pads here tonight. They may need the thick elbow pads in this one, Erwin.
It seemed Adrian Gorman wanted a little of pizzazz here tonight and came out with this.
Oh, these 4 ladies. I mean, for the top women on the N.E.W. roster today in a first for their division and for this company. What a moment for the women's division in N.E.W. Erwin, and what a match.
Yeah, I mean, a big thing for the women's rankings here.
For these 4 athletes. I mean, so much talent. This is another one for me, Erwin. Sorry that it's just way too close to call.
Well, and again, it's elimination, so it's not even a case of you just have to put one person through a table and it's over. 3 of these women are going through a table tonight.
Yeah.
All the time will run out one of the 2.
Lisa Chase, certainly the most experienced woman in this matchup. Kane Matsuda, Faria and the Fox, no slouches, not one of them. Should be a hell of a match here.
Seems Adrian Gorman is happy with how table matches have returned to the norm here in N.E.W. and pulled this one out. Elimination table match. I mean, we saw a tag team elimination table match as a first at Riot 8, I believe, for the women's tag titles. And now we're seeing this in the women's rankings.
Yeah, the hottest tag team division, the hottest women's division in professional wrestling today. And here is the Empress, Akane Matsuda, 5'2", 175 pounds from Kyoto, Japan. Apparently, I'm being told she is still attached to Xander Enterprises, a former women's champion in her own right, Erwin.
And you've got to think she's never adorned the green of Xander Enterprises, but has been associated with them, has tagged with William Xander with Emma Xander, excuse me, and in her last attempt unsuccessful. Maybe wanting to get back on the roll for the singles career here.
Well, Akane Matsuda has been no slouch since move up to the big leagues. Her transition from EFW to N.E.W. was almost seamless. Matsuda, the New Japan veteran, has made waves quickly here in N.E.W. But so is this lady.
Yeah, of course, these two had quite the rivalry back in EFW, and it spilled back over here in N.E.W. once they both got over.
Yeah, the Mistress of Mind Games and the Empress go back a long, long way. And Faria, with her ghoulish entrance, will not be roughed for any woman. 5'8", 152 pounds, originally from Lisbon, Portugal, now residing in Liverpool, from the Scorpions, a former EFW Women's Champion.
And of course, her tag partner, the current Women's Champion. And again, the questions of tag team loyalty and how much that would affect the singles rankings could fall into play in this match as well.
Absolutely, I mean, and Faria as well. You know, we've covered this so many times, Erwin, but this is all part of Faria's game plan. The psychological effect of her entrance on her opponents. I mean, you've wrestled so many matches. You've wrestled for a number of years. You've won, you know, world titles, for God's sake. I mean, what can this kind of mind games do to your preparation?
Well, I mean, just look at the face of Akane Matsuda over there. She looks absolutely terrified, and she's faced this woman before.
She knows what's coming. Faria is no slouch, and I can assure you, ladies and gentlemen, when she wants to move quickly, she can, very quickly. We don't call her N.E.W. Catwoman for no reason. It's not the purple suit, I can promise you. She is lightning quick, and you never quite know if she's injured or not. Doesn't look like it there, it has to be said.
Of course. You could call it being thrown in the deep end, but with it being the hottest women's division, well, there is no shallow end.
Well, the Fox knows nothing about the shallow end and likes it deep. 5 from 5, 132 pounds from Pawtucket, Rhode Island.
Yes,
From Foxy Valentine's, the first ever dual champion in N.E.W.
54 days. Oh, I love these live shows. 54 days as women's champion. Would love to get back into that title belt.
Shockingly, Irwin, I'm being shouted at as we speak by the mad scientist Adrian Goffman.
Yeah, the boss setting up this match here. And you've just got to go and drag the mood down now.
Well, the Fox, I mean, no question about it. I mean, she's an incredibly talented athlete. She's, again, you know, first world champion in the company's history, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, you can't doubt that. You can't put a price on it, and no one can ever take that away from the Fox.
Alice Young looking to try and become the second one later in the week. Well, getting her opportunity later in the week if she could beat Sonia Jackson.
And here she is. New look and all, new attitude and all. Lisa Chase, still an outlaw. 5'2", 125 pounds from Blackpool, England. Two-time women's champion with the Outlaws. Three-time women's champion. World heavyweight champion, excuse me. I mean, one of the veterans of this division, one of the founding blocks of the N.E.W. women's division, Irwin. Lisa Chase will go down in history as one of our very best.
Yeah, quite a change in the attitude of the Outlaws as of late, saying it's not about trying to win, it's about winning any means necessary. You've got to wonder what this means for this match here.
And that what turns a good champion into a great champion, Irwin. Winning by any means necessary. When winning is not a would be nice, it's a must. That's what defines champions, and that's what defines Lisa Chase. 30 minutes on the clock. Manchester wisely outside the ring rings the bell. And here we go. 3 of these ladies will go through a table here tonight.
One table already set up outside the ring. Underneath it.
Big suplex by N.E.W. onto the Fox in the centre of the ring. Meanwhile, Farrier going right to the veteran Lisa Chase on the outside.
Yeah, huge lariat taking her down.
N.E.W. with that hammerlock scoop slam and a drop kick to the spine of the Fox.
Lisa Chase reversing with a fireman's carry on the outside here. And I believe the use of the table will count anywhere.
Vicious snap suplex there by Lisa Chase. Well, thank heavens for that. So Shatopa's going to have a busy night. It's a pretty easy one to call as soon as you see someone break the wood. Well, they're out.
2 tables in play now. It's going to be dangerous.
N.E.W. rolls into the middle of the ring.
Farrier using one, almost like a seesaw, to knock the other one out of Lisa Chase's hands.
Try to run the ropes. Fox recovers beautifully in that fireman's carry takedown. Meanwhile, Farrier and Lisa Chase on the outside, making full use of those wafer thin mats, Irwin.
Yeah, Chase rocked after her face bounced off that turnbuckle post.
Now all 4 ladies are back in the ring.
One table in there.
Well, one table won't be enough. Someone's going through it.
Series of suplexes there.
A backdrop and a snap suplex, retrospectively.
Chase now going for Fox.
Big clothesline by Chase.
Our second night here in London, in the Alexandra Palace. And a first here in N.E.W. Fatal 4-way elimination table match between these 4 women.
Smash by Chase. Excuse me.
Chase was going for overhead. It was blocked by Farrier there, but she just got a table to the back from Fox.
Right to the back of the head by Fox, who continues the attack with that table onto Farrier.
Table in a precarious location now. propped up on the middle turnbuckle post, or the middle turnbuckle, excuse me. Chase finally removing it.
27 minutes remain. Big hurricane Rana by Farrier.
Legs clashing.
Akane Mitsuda right finally back into the ring after the early attacks with that table. With a big leg drop off the ropes to the Fox.
But Farrier not paying attention to Lisa Chase.
Big suplex by Akane. It looks like Chase and Akane right now, the dominant women here win. But that can all change in a flash here in these extreme match stipulations.
Yeah, you've got to think it's going to be hard to have any time to really set up that table.
Well, there you go. Akane Mitsuda there was going for some kind of suplex onto Farrier, and Lisa Chase broke that up with that table. Akane Mitsuda finally getting out off the 3-time women's champion, and now it's a tug of war for that weapon. Oh, Lisa Chase won.
Rolls it right into Fox. Bubba bomb.
Slamming the table into the face of Akane Mitsuda and right into the bubble bomb of the Fox. Mitsuda is not going to be in very good state if she wakes up.
Taking both women out in the corner there. I don't think she's noticed that Farrier's back in the ring, and she has set up that table in the corner. Oh, Lisa Chase. Buckleplex on Akane Matsuda.
Big hard shot there.
Fetches the table.
By Farrier, and now working on Fox on that outside. Sorry, as you quite rightly say, Lisa Chase setting up that first table in the middle of the ring. Akane Matsuda. Oh, hits the woman face first.
Could be in trouble.
Turns round with her own momentum. What's Lisa Chase going to do here? This suplex hits. There it is. T-bomb. Right through the table. Akane Matsuda is the first woman eliminated.
It's down to 3. Farrier, Fox and Lisa Chase, who are now getting dangerously far away from the ring, but finally Chase whipping Farrier back in.
Well, this is an Extreme Rules match there with, I mean, Adrian Goldman, of course, who banned table matches for a while after the Troy Webster incident.
Yeah, thankfully putting a time limit on this one, just in case it does get too chaotic. Akane Matsuda finding herself eliminated just before the first 5 minutes are up. One more table currently in play. It's going to take 2 to finish this match. Fox back in the ring. Farrier's face bouncing off that turnbuckle.
Hard shot to the head there. Farrier took just bouncing off that ring post, and now Lisa Chase with that table in hand, finally wrestled away from her by the Fox. Put it in the ring wisely, away from Chase, who's no stranger to the extreme.
The 3 winning again. I think that was the leg sweep from Farrier as she went to attack Lisa Chase.
It's coming down the Fox instead, but it worked, and she was re-entering the ring. Almost like a ground surface enziguri.
Picks Fox up. Chase changing her mind, realising Farrier's going to continue this attack. Interrupts.
Middle rope. Oh, corkscrew elbow, beautiful by Chase.
Oh, then receives a table.
Right to the face. If Farrier breaks that table round Lisa Chase's face, does that count as an elimination win?
I think that falls down to Shitopa's discretion. That's a very good question. It's set up in the middle of the ring at the moment. Oh, Farrier going for a suplex there, reversed by Lisa Chase.
Hard suplex by the veteran, the 3-time champion, now starting to take control of this match.
You've got to wonder if Farrier had plans to adjust mid-air to send her through that table.
That was a big elbow by Chase. She connected to the back of Farrier, but she hurt herself in the process. The Fox finally back into the ring and setting her sights on Chase. Holding back perhaps wisely.
Farrier.
That's Farrier response to Chase, and now if one of these ladies can capitalise, that's unwise in my opinion. Farrier moving that table, that could have been the perfect opportunity there to eliminate Lisa Chase. Big drop kick to the heart.
Yeah, I think you're right.
As the woman from the Outlaws, the Fox, is going rabid on Chase. Farrier finally getting in the middle of this, and I don't think that was wise. We've seen this before. Head scissors DDT. She needs a table, Owen. None are set up.
That's it. This isn't about pins or submissions. Otherwise, this match could have been over right there. This table finally set up now. Farrier in trouble. Oh, sent into the edge there. It's going to hurt.
Runs those ropes.
Managed to stop.
Yeah, a bit of a...
Oh, and again into
Bit of a
that
crosswise
table.
there by the Fox and Farrier. Lisa Chase capitalised with that backdrop, barely missing the table.
Yeah, I think she tried to twist on the land there, but didn't get enough elevation.
I think the Fox's head actually landed on one of the pieces of the broken table that still remain in the ring, Owen.
Farrier with
I think it would be important to remind people as well, Owen, that if an opponent puts themselves through a table, that does not count as an elimination. We have seen that be a factor in previous table matches here in N.E.W.
Yeah, you must put your opponent through a table for it to count. They cannot land themselves through it. Oh, what a backdrop from Farrier.
I only mention this because all three of these ladies are crazy, and one of them might try putting an opponent through a table from the top rope. It's not out the realms of possibility here tonight. Anything is possible in N.E.W.
First table staying in shattered pieces on the outside now. Oh, wait.
Oh! Well, I think Lisa Chase was going for a Hurricane Rana there, but Farrier managed to just counter that into a brainbuster. Reverse electric chair, whatever it was effective.
Almost like a face buster there, it worked. Chase in trouble, elbow off the top rope. Oh, got the leg sweep on Fox.
Well, yeah, Farrier
dodged a DDT. Lisa Chase was trying to capitalise desperately.
feels the momentum shifting.
Oh,
Hurricane Rana,
clattered
momentum
off
of
the
which
table, but did not shatter it.
clattering into it, but
Oh,
not through it.
review from Fox.
Big leg drop as well from the Fox. Won't be enough. Atomic Bulldog.
Farrier once again in trouble. Perhaps relative safety as that table is still on the floor. Someone's still going to have to set that one up.
Farrier in that tree of war position though, Owen. I mean, the Fox.
Oh, wait.
Hang Farrier out to dry there. Farrier counters upside down with that knee to the face. Oh! I'm going to go for a Dudley bomb there on the air.
Unable to capitalise, belly to belly from Lisa Chase.
Lisa Chase from nowhere has turned things around.
Shot to both of them with that table there. Fox dazed on her feet barely.
Big table by a titan.
Oh.
The N.E.W. Women's Division, Lisa Chase, the Fox now on that middle rope, waiting for her moment. Oh, big crossbody to Farrier. I think she enjoyed that one.
Almost a double team on Farrier going on here at the moment. You can bet that association won't last long.
Oh! Fisherman's beautiful suplex there by Lisa Chase. Fox now finally with that table.
Quickly left the ring there. Has a chair. Well, you're not going to get disqualified for using one, but
you can't put someone through it either. Oh my God! What a chair shot to the head of Farrier, and now the Fox maintains the attack, slamming the head of Farrier into that table.
And there goes the turn. Fox receiving. Chair right to the gut. Oh, almost to the back.
Yeah, Lisa Chase, last woman standing, weapons everywhere. 18 minutes remain, and what is it about table matches in N.E.W, Owen?
They certainly get personal very fast, don't they? Fox now
on the ring apron.
Sent to the outside with a hard shot from Chase.
Big left forearm by Lisa Chase. A three-time women's champion can sense blood in the water. Farrier finally back to her feet. Comes round to meet Chase, but go head straight for the Fox and seemingly changes her mind. The mistress of mind games heading straight for that table. The unorthodox style of Farrier there, just off-putting Lisa Chase, I think.
Hard to believe this is not our main event with what we've seen so far. 18 minutes remaining, 3 women remaining. It's a table elimination match.
None of these ladies want to lose. None of these ladies want to admit weakness.
Oh, look at this. Fox and Farry are almost racing.
Wow, I mean, can you imagine it? I don't blame them. The woman who eliminates Lisa Chase, that's a big scalp. Oh, and it's the Fox with an ungodly body slam. Sweet Jesus, we may need medical attention for Lisa Chase. That was an ungodly, unholy splash by the Fox.
Splinters of table remaining in the ring.
Superplex. Farrier lands on what remains of that table. Good God.
Needs to find another one, and she does very quickly.
Sheer carnage here tonight. Tables everywhere. Farrier will be picking splinters out of her ass for a week.
Shot to the back. Fox in control here.
Well, the first ever dual champion in N.E.W. for a reason, Erwin.
Oh.
Cocky for a reason. Farrier now fighting with everything she has left.
Needs to hit something big. Fox fighting free.
Fighting back in the shadow remains of that table and bouncing these two ladies. That table bounces but does not break. Back and forth. What can the Fox do against Farrier? Farrier now on the edge. Finally onto that table. If one more body splash, Erwin, one more body splash is all the Fox needs.
Got to jump quite a distance to make that
big elbow. Sweet
wins.
Lord, look at that. That table imploded. It didn't break, it imploded.
What a match. Fox picking up a huge victory here.
2 high-risk moves, both paid off for the Fox here tonight. 1 splash and 1 elbow later, and the Fox gets a title shot. What a match!
I mean, you've got to think, if Alice Young is unsuccessful, then a match like that has got to give Fox an opportunity, surely. Well, now we move on to possibly the toughest attempt to try and get a title shot you could possibly come across. An Extreme Rules match against the Reaper.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Zach Fuller, one of the most longest suffering members of N.E.W. locker room, I think it's fair to say.
Was bullied from day one.
Goes against the Reaper here tonight in an Extreme Rules match.
Possibly the biggest bully we have at the moment.
Of course, there's been a lot of Extreme this week. On the road to Riot, all the title rankings matches are Extreme to prevent interference or disqualification being a factor.
Well, yeah, of course.
It's worked pretty successfully so far, I mean, it has to be said.
Yeah, we've had problems with that, and the Extreme Rules loophole essentially covering that rather than it being thrown out, which makes you wonder how much end times are going to be involved in this one. Of course, the Reaper does tend to do things alone, doesn't really need the help, let's be honest.
Yeah, if any man didn't need backup, it was a Reaper, but that's exactly what it's got. And will May and Joe Freeman be a factor tonight against Zach Fuller, the Lone Wolf, who will almost certainly come along. 5'10", 225, Hackensack, New Jersey, 2-time TV champion. And Zach Fuller, you have to respect this kid.
Unsurprisingly,
he's been through hell so many times. He's got frequent flyer mileage. No stranger to demons is Zach Fuller. Will he slay a beast here tonight?
Well, yeah, he's certainly going to have to fight one tonight, that's for sure. Zach Fuller, of course, beating some big names in the past. He took his TV championship from the Warlord the first time around. Held it for 57 days in those 2 runs. He's now looking to get the UK championship, the US championship, sorry. But he has to beat this man to even get a shot at it.
Well, it's the fittest I've seen Zach Fuller look in a long, long time. Perhaps this is the closest to 100% Zach Fuller's been in a long, long time, and he will have to be to beat this man. The Demon of Fleet Street. He knows no terror. He may know no bounds. He has never been without a championship, either in N.E.W. or EFW, from the very pits of hell itself.
70 days he held the EFW championship. Before he lost that, he captured the UK championship, which he held for 92 days. He then, before dropping that, he won the US championship. At the end of the match, the rule was, regardless of success or loss, he would drop the UK championship. Of course, we are going to find a new UK champion at Riot 10. But yeah, this man has never been without a title in his career.
Staggering statistic. 5'9", 257 pounds. Former EFW, former UK champion and current United States champion. He did not lose the United Kingdom Championship. It was taken away from him and was replaced with the United States Championship. He was without a championship for all of 30 seconds early.
Well, not even that. I mean,
it was
they said when the match has ended, you drop your UK championship. He'd won the US championship by the time that match had ended.
So it wasn't even a minute.
So in all technicality, he hasn't. Yeah, but if you want to get technical, it took whatever time Shatopa had to go fetch it and bring it to him for him to be without a championship here.
Yeah, well, it just boggles my mind. There's still not absolutely nothing about this kid. We don't know where he's from. We don't know his real name. We don't know his motivation. We do know he has a very bad attitude and a very short temper. And a kick to the spine and a big clothesline to Fuller, and the Reaper already on the rampage.
Yeah, Fuller in trouble.
Oh
yeah.
my God!
Hang on a second.
The hell? Wait a minute!
Man that took the
Wait a
EFW
minute!
championship from him.
It's Wade Nelson's music. This is the only man who has ever beaten the Reaper. The only man who's got a freak out Russian leg sweep by Fuller, who's taken full advantage of that interruption. There was music but no man. What the hell was that all about?
Well, of course, we know those two said they'd watch each other's backs. Music or not.
Oh,
the Reaper first to utilise that sledgehammer that Fuller went so quickly toward. Good idea. Oh! But it did not pay off.
Well, if Wade Nelson and Zach Fuller had an agreement to watch each other's back, I've got a question for you, Erwin. Where the hell is Wade Nelson? Because they played his music, but Wade Nelson isn't here. Zach Fuller now with a straight right hand.
Oh!
Arm drag takedown to the Reaper. Of course, you know Joe Freeman and Nate lived to do this demonic creature's living. The Reaper, who had that series flurries of hard right hands, takes Fuller to the mat. Perhaps they got hold of Wade Nelson.
Well, yeah, perhaps Wade was planning on interfering here, and the rest of End Times have decided against it. Out back,
we'll try and get an update on that situation if we get one here tonight, but right now the Reaper, complete control, body splash off that middle rope to Fuller. Stalking his prey, looking to end this one quickly. Zach Fuller is in trouble. Dominator. Could be over.
Could
One,
be over just like that.
2. Yes, it is.
It is.
The Reaper, the Demon of Fleet Street, rolled on. Fuller, little
to no resistance. What is going to stop this guy, Owen?
Well, that's exactly it, time and time again. We've seen this from the Reaper, and I am getting told that apparently the rest of End Times are seeing to Wade Nelson backstage. There's security there trying to stop things.
There's an
That is
absolutely
allowing the Reaper to play his old tricks here.
well, the End Times here clearly has a plan to stop Wade Nelson and Zach Fuller joining forces
Uranagi on the
on
outside.
that wafer thin mat. That ungodly Uranagi from the Reaper. No, not another one.
Oh, wait.
Come on, oh, wait a minute.
What the hell?
Neck breaker.
What's
Neck
holding
breaker.
on? What the hell?
Oh, what the hell?
My
What the
word,
hell?
what the hell was that?
Horrific submission maneuver.
We may have just seen some
Almost like a reverse
evolution
camel
of the
clutch,
Reaper,
Owen.
and that is a scary, scary thought. What a way to end Turmoil.
That's all we need, Owen. Another tool at this man's possession. What a night!